Why do some stories stick in your head for days, months, even years? That's because documentaries are essentially dopamine machines. That's right, dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure and reward. When a documentary taps into our fears, joys, or curiosities, it stimulates dopamine release. And this effectively turns viewers into addicts hungry for more. Let's use Making a Murderer as an example. As each episode unfolds, your brain is awash with dopamine, cortisol, and oxytocin, making you emotionally invested in the outcome. Which brings me to my next point. Have you ever heard of the Koulishov Effect? It's a film editing effect invented by Soviet filmmaker Lev Koulishov. You first show an expressionless face, then a bowl of soup, and then the viewer thinks that that person is hungry. Show the same face with a child playing, and now that person is sentimental. And that's because our brains are hardwired to connect the dots, to piece together stories from fragments. And in documentaries, this is storytelling gold. So let's break this down for you, you high-achieving entrepreneur. Your brand, it's more than just a business. It's a living, emotional entity. It needs to strike a chord to connect the dots between people's minds and hearts. When your brand story taps into these deeply wired psychological triggers, you're merely no longer an option in the market. You're a necessity, a part of the viewer's self-concept. So what does this exactly mean in actionable terms? It means you got to start weaving emotional triggers in your brand's narrative. Scarcity, belonging, transformation, the hero's journey. Think of Apple's iconic 1984 commercial. A clear David versus Goliath narrative that not only introduced a product, but declared a cultural shift. Or you can also consider Nike's Just Do It campaigns. If you think about it, it's actually less about the sports gear and more about the athlete in all of us. It showcases that we can achieve the impossible. And your business obviously has this potential too. Because with documentaries, you're not just stating facts or selling services. Leave that to the video sales letters. You are entering the psychological landscape of your viewer and planting your flag. At this point, you're becoming an emotion, a belief, a cause. And this is where stories convert into brand gold, where viewers turn into advocates. So whether you're a seasoned filmmaker or an entrepreneur, this isn't information that you just want to know, you need to know. Because at the end of the day, a story well told is a brand well sold. And with that being said, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace. Man, I wonder where I'm gonna shoot my documentary. Do I do it here in like the comfort of my own space? Do I go out? Do I get an Airbnb? Book a studio? What do you guys think? What should I do?